President Donald Trump is expected to sign a major overhaul of the tax code after the House passed a final iteration of the bill Wednesday. It is his first major legislative achievement and has significant implications for individuals and businesses across America. Here are the 10 biggest things to know about the bill. 1. It's the biggest tax overhaul in 30 years, but it's not the biggest cut. The Republican bill is the biggest change to the tax code since Reagan's Tax Reform Act of 1986. It slashes the corporate and individual income rates, eliminates numerous deductions and sets up a new system for international taxation. But while it is one of the biggest tax cuts in American history, estimated at $1.5 trillion over a decade, it is not the biggest. According to a common metric, the size of the tax cut in its first 2 years compared with the size of the economy, the tax bill represents perhaps the fourth or fifth largest cut in modern history. It is estimated at 0.5 to 0.1% of gross domestic product in that period. 2. The bill will add about $1 trillion to the nation's debt over the next decade, after taking its economic impact into account. Republicans have said that the tax bill will pay for itself in an effort to counter concerns that it will drive up the nation's debt. The theory goes that, with lower tax rates, the economy will grow so much, and the number of dollars being taxed will increase so much, that the tax cut in the end will be revenue neutral. Republicans haven't offered any evidence to back up this claim, however, and multiple independent analyses have suggested that, over a decade, the tax bill will drive up the deficit by between $500 billion and more than $2 trillion. The nonpartisan Joint Committee on Taxation, Congress official scorekeeper, has projected the bill will increase revenue by $500 billion, meaning its overall cost will be $1 trillion. 3. Most of the long-term benefits go to corporations. The bill delivers a steep tax cut to corporations, from a 35% rate to 21%, and brings down most individuals' tax rates as well. In the short term, somewhat more of the tax cut goes to individuals than businesses, but this reverses over the long term. That's because the individual tax cuts are poised to expire in 2025, a move lawmakers undertook to comply with Senate rules limiting the impact of legislation on the deficit after 10 years. The corporate tax cut is left permanent, giving businesses a big boost indefinitely into the future. A triumphant President Donald Trump and jubilant fellow Republicans celebrated the passage of their $1.5 trillion tax overhaul Wednesday as a historic victory for the American people. The American people, however, will need some convincing. As Trump and GOP lawmakers gathered at the White House, a triumphant President Donald Trump and jubilant fellow Republicans celebrated the passage of their $1.5 trillion tax overhaul Wednesday as a historic victory for the American people. The American people, however, will need some convincing. As Trump and GOP lawmakers gathered at the White House,